welcome to my channel. This morning my ultimate goal today is to just share this Shabby journal that I've been working on. I intend to do a layout eventually, but I wanted to look through this a little bit and tell you how I've made this. And I'm expecting an important medical phone call, so I might have to stop this video and try to either slice it together or make two videos. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping I can get through the first one. But I just been making this little journal, and I started out making it regular size paper, and I was trying to collage in it and work on the pages, and I just wasn't getting anywhere. So then I decided to make it half size. So I just tore the pages actually in half, and then I've made two little journals here. And this one I haven't sewn in yet, and I think when I'm done with this one, I'll make this a Christmas one. I've been working on getting some stuff to put in it, ephemera and stuff to put in it. But I just took a lot of brown paper, a lot of really cool paper. I'm going to set this off to the side. This other journal so it's not in my way. And I haven't finished the cover. Like I said, this is a work in progress, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it. I'll do a flip through eventually. I just want to show you some of the pages that I've worked on, and I'm not finished with any of these pages yet. Some of them are, and there's flip outs and things like that we'll see when we do the final flip through. But the paper is, I used a lot of brown paper. I used embossed paper, and then I stamped on it, and I gessoed it in some places, and kind of a shabby thing going on. I don't have everything glued in yet. I used a little paint stencil, gesso through a stencil to get that. And then this one I just dabbed black gesso on this page. And this is the one I want to do the spread on. But I just want to show you what this is another spread that I did. And this I inked a little bit. I don't know if you can see it, but it's got a little coppery tint to it. I'm going to do something with that envelope. But I thought I'd do a spread for you guys. I just want to show you what the pages look like. They're kind of grungy. This, I tried a technique where you ink a embossing folder and then you close it on the paper, and it worked really good. An embossed index card. So this is what I'm working with, shabbiness. And I'm not sure how I'm going to close it yet. I might make that into a pocket, or I might try to do something where I wrap it around. But see, I got things sticking out. I'm probably going to have to make that into a pocket. So what I want to do today with you guys is I want to do this spread across here. And I have a little flip out, and on this side it's this one. Oh, and on this one I have little envelopes that open up here, and another little envelope that opens up here, and this is a pocket. So trying to make little hidden spots and things like that for this. So let's go ahead and start working on this. First, I took an old envelope and I tore off a part so that I could make a pocket. And I want to somehow put it right in here. And then I had the rest of the envelope, the other corner, or it probably was over here. And I thought, well, I could make another little pocket right here. So that's kind of what what I'm starting out to do. So let's just glue it down and be bold and see what happens. One of the things about this kind of journal, which I have never made one before, but I'm finding out that you just kind of keep adding to it too. You look at the page and you go, oh, I have another sparkly bit I can put on there, or another piece of lace that I found that I can stick on there that'll look great. It's basically just collaging a lot. All right. And we might as well, I'm going to build something up with that one, so I'll wait to make sure I got it going right. I think I need more glue on this right here. Put it down here too, that'll help. So it sticks better. I wish I made glue things where I didn't have to keep putting the cap on all the time. I waste so much time putting the cap back on. So here I looked all over the internet and found stamps, old stamps, and then I just enlarged them a little bit, and they were already kind of black and white. They came off of things like Google Books and stuff like that. And I think I'm going to put this stuff like right here, something along this lines. I'm going to do more with that in a minute, but trying to decide what glue I want to use here. I use the Aleene's glue a lot, but sometimes I have to let it dry, and since I'm doing this video, I don't have time to let it dry and come back. And you know, if you don't have a lot of time to craft, what you can do is just set something like this out, and throughout the day you just come back and you add little bits. You don't glue them down, you just add little bits to it. Try to get your layout kind of. Now I put too much glue on that edge, so we don't want it to stick to that. Kind of get your layout just laying there and adding to it, and then once you finally get it close to what you want, then you can come back and you got like a 15-minute glue down session. So now I also wanted to make this into something, so I thought I'd put some lace, and I thought it'd come out over the edge because this is shabby. The one side of this lace is like shiny and the other side isn't as shiny, so which way do I want it to go? Decisions. I think I want the shiny out. So now here we're going to have to put some glue down, but fabric tack dries the quickest. You always have to keep the nozzle going. So we'll put a little fabric tack on it. You could easily use Aleene's too, but you'd have to let it sit and dry, otherwise it'll stick to everything. But this fabric tack dries the quickest for fabric, and it is fabric, so I guess that's a good thing. Let's see, which side did I have? I wanted the shiny side out. I want it sticking out over the edge. I always like to kind of press it down with a napkin so if the glue comes out, it just kind of goes on the napkin. All right, we're getting there now. Since I'm letting this, I'm gonna have to, nope, I'm not. That's the pocket part, so that's good. Let's see, what else did I have? Okay, so I cut out these little blue flowers, and I want to use one on each side. So I'm going to put one right here. Now, this flower came out of a art, like a watercolor book from the 1970s, and it's got a shine on it. Sometimes this glue won't hold down shiny material as well as the liquid, but we're going to try it because we don't want to get sticky all over the place. Let's see. I don't want to cover up too much, but I'll be able to see it. All right, and then we're gonna put some stuff in here when we're done, and that'll stick up and look cool. And then I had this I wanted to add. Probably should have brought that out a little more. Oh well, because this is kind of big. I don't want to go back too far. Okay, all these decisions we must make. I hope you guys are having a good day. Our weather here has been cold. Like 20 sometimes. That's unusual for here. Maybe like a week of it, but usually later on, not in November. Let's see if I got it coming out of there. There we go. Look like I got very much. All right, I gotta put the cap back on or it'll bubble up. So I don't know if you can tell or not. Yeah, I craft standing up. So I'm actually crafting on top of my washing machine. And I have my dryer right next to me. And I like to use my dryer all the time as a glass top. So instead of having a glass top craft mat, I use the top of my, well, it's a glassy top, I guess, on the top of the, oh no, the washer. I'm crafting on the dryer, and it's the washer top that I use. And it wipes off real great. So, all right. Now let's see what I can do over here. So I want to put this here. And I have another one of these stamps. And then I wanted to incorporate this so that it went together. And then this is awfully dark, so I wanted to kind of, I just was garage selling, and I got this. It's a some wrapping paper, but it's lightly embossed. So it's kind of cool. And then I just punch the edges. So put that like that. So I think I better glue this on here first because it's kind of going to stick over the pocket like that. So we will judge about where we want this glue. And I've inked the edges of a lot of things. I inked the edges of this and inked the edges of this. I tried to tear them. I have a scissors that looks like tears. I use that some. Some I did tear. I can never tear straight. Oh, I'm not. I gotta make sure not put glue on everything. Go over to the edge a little bit. There we go. I start tearing and it goes in and out. I've seen somebody that was using a little bit, they were using a paintbrush, a little small one, and they wet the edge and then they tore it. I need to try that. Maybe that'll help with my tearing because I wanted these raggedy edges in this one. And usually on my journals, I have the cover done. I think this is going to be really bold not to have the cover done. And what if I mess it up? That'll be terrible if I mess it up. So let's see. I got to have the embossed side out. It's kind of like that. So we're going to want the glue right through here. I don't know if we need any extra or not. See how well it sticks down with just that. There. And then I'm going to use, oh, is it going to stick? Yeah, it's sticking. It's just the openness of the pockety thing. I'm going to use Aleene's on the back because I really want this to stick in it. Will be. Oh, okay. We don't want to mess up the pocket. So I don't want that to stick. Okay, watch what I'm doing here. I do not want this part here to stick. Wipe it off. You can come along for the crafting mistakes, guys. Just lucky we caught that before I did something more. And then we're going to have to make sure when I push it down it doesn't come up over the edge. And close that little tuck. So also at that sale, which was kind of like an estate sale, but it was outside, I also got some vintage cards, which I was really looking for. I love using vintage cards and things. You can cut out little pieces of vintage cards and use them all over the place. So this has got the tuck in there, which is what I wanted. Yay, team. Now, what did I have next? I had this. I thought I would put it up here. And then I'm going to have to cut off a little bit of that. Close this up. And then I thought I would put this on top of it. So what do you think? And then eventually we're going to have a tag or some ephemera tucked in here. So you can still see some of the little black. Let's cut off this so it's the right size. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm not mumbling. Sometimes when you're crafting and talking, you just end up mumbling. So we definitely want the fabric tack on this. And you don't want to put it all the way down because you want your ruffle to have some movement on the bottom. So we'll just put it up here towards the top. Oh, my hand's probably in the way. The way I have to put this webcam so that I can use it. Okay. Do that. Let's set this. Part of the shabbiness. I've seen some other journals that are what they call shabby journals. Not shabby chic, shabby. And you might even call it maybe shabby rustic. But part of it is having lots of fabric and lots of lace. So that's good. Now put this across the top. Yes. Yep. I knocked the webcam. Hopefully you guys didn't get seasick there. Oh my God, I think we're going to make it before I get my medical phone call. So if I don't, I probably won't try to splice any of this together. You'll just have to see the rest of it when I do the final flip through eventually. Because I'm going to do a little more here. Okay. Just put it up towards the top on that side. Oh, make sure that always make sure this page isn't glued to that page. All right. I think it's cute. Very cute. Now, I might still have to do something in here. And I had some more lace. Oh boy, we got a big blob. Always carry your... I have it upside down because it's almost empty. That doesn't help this at all. You don't usually store your fabric tack upside down because you'll get those big things, but I didn't want to have to wait for the video to keep going and shaking it. So I also wanted to put this tag in here somewhere. What I want to make is a little tag. This was a piece of like vellum paper that had writing all over it that I got at a garage sale. It was like the Constitution or something like that. And I thought, and then this was just, I took a corner punch and punched a corner in a piece of paper, but I made it square. I actually want to cut off a little bit more of this. And I thought it would make a cute little tag. And then when you want to use it, you can write on the back, or you could cover the back and then write on it. But it's really cool paper. I thought it might fit in here with that sticking up. I think this one will be too deep. And if it doesn't work here, I have lots of other places to stick it. I'm not sure if this will stick with the vellum, so I'm going to try the A-wings. It's not exactly vellum. It's maybe more parchment-y. Oh, you can't hear it probably. So I thought I'd make me a little tag, like so. Get it straight. For now, we'll just stick it in here, like that. And then, one more thing. I wasn't sure if I wanted to use a little bit more lace. And I had these different laces. So I thought I'd put them around and see if there's some other places I wanted to use a little bit more bling. Like across here. One of the things I've been doing on this shabby journal is I'll cut some of this off. This is on the page before it. I'll cut a little bit of it, but I won't cut all of it because I like having it hanging down. But that's a little bit too long. I don't know. That's pretty. I mean, and then I also thought, well, I think we can't actually do it here because it'll cover up the pocket. That will not work. Do it right there too. And I have some others. This one, oops, looks like the pin. No, I don't know. I'm not loving that one. And then I had this one. This one might be alright. It's unraveling. Find the pin. I could use that raveling part. So maybe I'll save that because this would be part of the shabby chic part. I think I actually like that first one better. It's kind of hard to put on because it's got little beads in it. But I think we'll work on it here. Put it from here to about here. I'm never sure what to cut with because you shouldn't use your fabric scissors on paper, and you shouldn't use your paper scissors on fabric. But this is like, I don't know, this is like in between stuff. I kind of like this one little sticking up here, but that would be turned the wrong way. No, the beads look okay that way. No, it's not really the right way. So it's kind of stuck to be on this end. All right, let's glue it down. Oops, hopefully I'm still recording. My screen went blank there for a minute. Put a little fabric tack on it. I really like fabric tack, except for when it gets on your fingers, it just does not want to come off. You can spend all day and still you go, oh, I got another little bit. So that's probably why I go back and forth on all these different glues. Now make sure I got the right thing going on here. I wonder. Yep, that's the way I had it. But it sticks. Look at that. It's going to stick that right down. I don't know if If the Aleenes would do that good. And it can hang off the edge a little bit. Okay, so eventually I'll find something to stick in here, and I probably will do a little something there. But I just wanted to share with you today working in a shabby journal just because it's kind of fun, and just kind of tear some paper and sew it together and see what happens. So, and then usually when I'm working in journals like this, I'll put little bits on different pages too. Like I found this, and so I just added it. I just looked through here and added it to a page. I found this, and I just looked through here and added it to a page. I am not going to do these pages yet, but so I think probably my perfect way to do a journal would be like that, would be just kind of going through and adding bits on all pages until they finally built up to something. But anyways, I hope you guys have a great day, and thank you for watching.